All right, everybody, welcome. It's me and Bill. That's Bill.
Hi.
We've known each other since 1983, so that's 117 years, right?
116.
All right, so 1983, Art Institute of Philadelphia, which was the old WCAU building, right?
I believe so, yeah.
AM radio, Art Deco building. Blue. Yeah, the photo. He's probably got a photo on hand. He has everything. That's what this show's about, really. This podcast is really just about looking at all Bill's stuff. I'm not kidding. Just a museum. He's a human museum. Everywhere he goes, everything looks like this, no matter where he's ever lived. And he bailed on me. I mean, this is supposed to be like, hey, meet Bill. And now he's transfixed on getting a photo of the Art Institute of Philadelphia. There it is. Okay. Show the people what you fetched.
So this is a, let's see, I think there might be a picture in here, but this is from, I saw the date on it. I think this is 1981 or 82.
Bill, we're not just going to sit here and watch
You
you
sit here, you're
finger
going to
through
watch
the
me
entire...
look through the book.
This is supposed to be some kind of, interesting stuff about K.I.S.S, and I just told everybody you're transfixed on it.
This is the Art Institute Alumni Directory of 1995, but that's 10 years later.
Quick story for you on that one, right? I got something in the mail and they were like, hey, you want to order one of these? And I had never done it before. I never bought yearbooks or anything like that, but I bought it.
Hopefully that worked. There's a picture of the building right there.
Yeah, such a cool building. That came in the mail. And I just wondered, because Bill and I hadn't talked for, a few years, really.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you moved back up to North Jersey, right?
Yeah.
And we just kind of lost touch, which is weird because we're always such tight friends. But, I guess it was our age too, right? Like we're in our 20s, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You were young and wed, if I recall.
1990. Yeah, I was. No, actually, no, not 1995. 1995, I was divorced, right?
Yeah, you beat me. You beat me.
That's why I have normalgia right here.
And that was my Richmond Street address, right?
Let's see. Does it have your address in here? Yes, it does. 310 Richmond Street.
310 Richmond Street. So that was the old firehouse that you moved into, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's another story.
Where was I even going with this story? Oh, that's right. And I looked you up, remember? And I called you.
I believe so.
Yep. I called you. I do remember that too, because I called my mom too. So anyway, these people are all really fascinated with the story of the Art Institute of Philadelphia. We're supposed to be talking about K.I.S.S stuff.
Rock and roll.
Right. So anyway, one more story about the Art Institute of Philadelphia, and I just think it's important because it's how Bill and I met. And all you are fascinated by this, I know, and still waiting to get to the K.I.S.S stuff. So anyway, it's your turn to talk. I was even talking when you left.
Oh, I know. I heard you.
You just, it's supposed to be the start of this podcast, and you just run off. Anyway, tell the people how we met.
Did we meet in the hallway of the Art Institute, I believe?
That's correct. So since you're not going to talk, I guess.
I'm not going to talk. I'm not camera shy, I'm just saying.
I was sitting in the hall alone. Nobody really talked to me. I had a shaved head because I had come back from basic training. And back then, it wasn't like so cool to walk around with shaved heads and everything, right?
No.
I mean, no, it's the 80s, 1983. And I think I had a Judas Priest t-shirt on, and I was just sitting in the hall, lonely, frankly. Just no one was talking to me. Nobody liked me. Actually talk to me.
Yeah, that's when I was still talking.
That's true.
At least more talkative.
Yeah, you talk a lot now. You talk more than you did when you were younger, for sure. So yeah, that's the big story on how we met. Bill really just, added so much color commentary to it. I'm sure you're glued. Anyway, here to talk about K.I.S.S stuff. So as long as I've known Bill, one of the coolest things about it was, when we did meet, first time I went over to his apartment, he had a cool apartment because it had a back deck and nobody had decks. All of us were stuck in the high rises and stuff. You were in the brownstone.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think where those photos are, Tim.
I know you are. We were talking about being present earlier, and I'm like, I'm just at my age, wherever I am, just trying to be in the moment and be present. And we just talked about it like 15 minutes ago. And he's already distracted by the next photo thingamajigger. Anyway, jeez. So I had this back deck, and we were always out there. It was great, just had couches out there and so forth, the door wide open. Bill just had this great vinyl collection, all in milk crates, it was like walking into a small music store, into a small record store, rather. It was cool. And we always used to earmark the albums. Remember, taking the covers and cocking them over so that you knew that was the one that was playing?
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Like a Dewey Decimal System.
It still exists. It's right over here, behind all the other K.I.S.S crap back there.
And Bill always had a little bit of extra cash. The rest of us were all buying beer and, evaporating before us, but you were always pretty frugal. And being a collector, so what you're going to find out about Bill is like super collector, all kinds of stuff. You'll see. Not yet! But the one thing he always had was a really cool K.I.S.S collection, which has just grown substantially over the years. And he lives in this old Victorian house out here now, in the boonies. That's why we keep looking out the window. It's funny, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
Yeah, it is. Got a little breeze out there, little willow. That's a willow, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. But, Bill always had a great K.I.S.S collection. And so the whole reason that I wanted to put this little podcast together was to expose it to you people and some of the stories that are behind it. I think is really important. And kind of why you're a collector anyway, right? Not just about accruing the stuff. It's that each thing kind of has a story to it, right?
I believe so, yeah. Some things have better stories than others. Some things have no stories and have just appeared and been consumed by the collection.
And it's like a maelstrom. Just pulls.
Absolutely.
But yeah, got some really, really great stuff. I told Bill that, make sure that we kind of go through as much of it as possible. As long as it's interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't matter. Because if we think it's interesting, just putting this stuff on the YouTubes.
They can be ignored if it
Totally.
needs to be.
11 views. It's fine with me.
Right.
Right? Kind of, I think some of it too for me is just before I die, I want to capture hanging out with my friends too. So I think I'm just going to make a show, like for Jimmy.
You could do
K.I.S.S.
that. There you go. Doesn't.
You know what I mean? Tat.
You got
Tat would have
now.
Tat. That's going to be a good show.
That'd be a good one, see.
He's like the Dean Martin of our friends, kind of, right? He's like the entertainer. Yeah. He's well, so is Giz. I mean, Giz is
Absolutely.
that man. And Jimmy, every time I talk, we're just splitting seams. He's a funny dude. You're funny, Jimmy. Anyway, see, we get to talk about our friends like this, right?
Sure.
Whoever's watching, sorry. I'm not going to edit any of this out. Leave it alone.
Well, I'm sure there'll be rebuttals then.
To what effect?
I don't know, maybe they'll want to comment about your comments.
I'm shutting comments down.
Oh. They can,
No, I'm
they can do a
interested to
rebuttal
see.
in video.
I'm interested to see what people have to say. I know one thing would be that guy's really losing his hair. That's an obvious one, man. Go ahead, put it in there. Hit return.
But don't they have that stuff that you can just put in there and it starts growing your hair back?
You think you can just spend hundreds of dollars on your vanity?
Wait, that's
It's bad enough I buy clothes.
Don't they have that spray dust that you can put in there too? It just fills in the blanks.
Yeah, I think that was in Shallow Hal. Remember? It was the dude from
No,
Seinfeld.
That's right. That's right.
And
And it
he,
starts leaking.
yeah, what did he say though? He said something like, "You missed the sod." He called us. It's not a PC movie, but it's funny.
It's funny.
In the premise, I thought the premise is cool. That he runs into Anthony Robbins, and Tony Robbins, and they're like spending all that time in the elevator together, and he can't stop talking about his mitts, about his big hands.
Yeah.
I got a second desk set up in my room,
All right.
so I have my regular work desk now, and then I got it $60 on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
Picked it up flat in the box. Gray market stuff.
Mm.
Might have fallen off of the back of the truck somewhere, but it's through Facebook Marketplace, and I guess I feel legit. I'm sorry, officer. I didn't
Pay
know.
cash.
Yeah, $60 cash for $179 desk. I put,
Right.
and because it was flat pack, it was cool because my little Golf. What am I going to fit a big desk back in there? And anyway, yeah, you guys are really interested in all this stuff. I just go on and on about myself, don't I? But I'm more present now, Bill.
That's okay. So what are you doing with the second desk?
Oh, sorry. So yeah, this stuff happens, man. I'm
When you
old.
sit at the second desk, what is your job?
It's all my music stuff now. So it's my
okay.
Mac over there, PC over here.
Okay.
And I'm going in on Mondays and Fridays, kind of hybrid.
Okay.
So, I
That's
have my
good.
desk up. I got this cool, it's like a armature, remember the armature lamps?
Mm-hmm.
But it's got a LED on it. And it's all
Nice.
adjustable, so you can go warm or cool and
Okay.
like toggle it up to like 10.
And colors too, or just
Yeah, just two, just warm and cool.
okay.
Like the different Kelvin or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then, and you can kind of tilt it. It's on a ball bearing, or whatever. And so you can light yourself up like a ring light.
Okay.
Like everybody wants to see me.
Right. Well, that you can use for your selfies and video.
That's
conferencing
hard on
too.
your eyes. Look at that for a while.
Yeah, I have been. Yeah, it is a little harsh there, but
Light emitting diode.
so take a white piece of tissue paper and just put it over there, and then you can soften it up.
Fine, Bill. Tell me what to do, like you always have for years and years and years. What are you cleaning now? What could
I'm not
possibly-
cleaning anything. Here.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna soften this up. See, look. That's a little too much. That's why you need tracing paper.
Yeah.
Then you don't kill the light
Yeah.
so much.
Well, thanks for the tip. Bill, don't start building stuff. We're supposed to be talking to these people about K.I.S.S stuff. You keep distracting them. Building something on the camera.
Yeah, this will work. Like this.
Table tent. Okay, thanks, Bill. Everybody's so much happier now that you diffused the light.
Oh look. Yeah, see that's got mixed light too. It's warm and cold.
All right, Bill.
I think it's killing the light too much.
It is.
Right?
But
Yeah.
you do you, Anyway, it's time to get to some K.I.S.S stuff. People are just waiting.
Right here. First thing I'll show you.
Okay.
That's me. Wearing a K.I.S S shirt.
It's an exact replica.
There you go.
3D scanned Bill.
Look at that. See? That's me right there.
So yeah,
Uploaded.
that's great, Bill, talking about yourself wearing.
The K.I.S S
Can we talk about like a K.I.S S thing now?
shirt. Shirt.
kind of a crappy day outside, cloudy.
Yeah, a little bit. Where is,
You know, any time that you're prepared with the thing that you were supposed to do homework on, Bill.
All right, hold on.
Anytime.
Here, we're going to talk about this. This is Eddie from Iron Maiden.
Sure.
This
Bill,
is the
come on.
K.I.S.S.
Now that it almost fell on your head, show everybody what you're talking about.
This Eddie. It's the 40th anniversary of Number of the Beast. It was released last week, 40 years ago, 1982.
Good trivia. I like that.
There you go.
Starting to warm up, Bill.
Okay.
But you're still not really to something K.I.S.S. Kind of. Anyway, while he's doing that, I'm just going to show you around. And then he can do that. But like this is like the kind of stuff. Like, look at this. I mean, you come in here and it's like a flippin' museum. It's just like sometimes the most random of stuff. You know, K.I.S.S. stuff everywhere. You know? And I mean everywhere. It's pretty much a shrine. I mean, Bill, you want to...
There's a bunch of K.I.S.S. crap there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about your thing.
All right, so this is the first item we are going to speak about. Okay.
Okay.
So can you identify this item? Actually, it's better to look at it this way and look at the engraving there, the embossing.
I'm going to guess that it's a wafer from, what's the big church in Italy, in Rome? What's my problem here? It's a wafer though, right?
It's a wafer. It is yes.
It's a church wafer. What do you call them?
The Eucharist.
The Eucharist.
It's the body of Christ, the representation of the body of Christ. And this is very relevant considering that this is the first day of Holy Week. This is Palm Sunday that we are recording. But this is the Eucharist from the funeral mass of Eric Carr.
Ah.
So when Eric Carr died in November of 1991, his funeral was in upstate New York. I drove up there and attended the funeral. And during the Mass, I went up for communion, but since I was raised Catholic and technically had not gone to confession for a while, I felt as a Catholic that I would have violated the church's rules if I had actually consumed the Eucharist. But I wanted to go up there because Jean and Paul were sitting in the first and second pews. And to get a better look at them, you know, I was sitting back in the back of the church, so to look at this, I decided to walk up. But because of my Catholic upbringing, I held on to this and just put it in my shirt pocket.
Yeah.
And so there we are. This is a 31-year-old Eucharist. But I don't know that anybody's going to have this unique of a K.I.S.S. item.
I have to admit, it's a good opener. I wasn't...
See? All right.
All right. So maybe you did do your homework and everything, but, you know, you let us on. No, that's really cool. I mean, honestly, that's pretty dang unique.
I don't know
That's
that
tough to
anybody
beat.
would even... I had no intention on doing this, but...
Yeah.
And then when I got home, I was like, oh, well, look, I still have
You
this.
just put that thing away and come back over here so people can see it?
They can hear me.
Well, still.
Yeah, they can
it's
see my
kind of-
reflection in the computer.
Oh, okay, Bill. All right, that's fine, everybody.
so
Don't
I
worry.
thought-
Let
I
Bill
thought that
do
was a
whatever
good
what
item.
Bill wants to do.
Come on, that's a good one.
That was really good.
Right there. That's especially for Norm. Here, Norm. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, thanks. Known you way too long, man.
All right.
All right, so that's a big opener.
That's a big opener. We've been going for probably half an hour now, too.
I know, so I'm gonna shut it down now. Because I do want actually this first one to be in real time, and I'm sorry that if it upsets any of you.
Well, they can fast forward,
but-
right? Can't you?
Yeah, you can toggle.
There you go.
Hey, can't you put markers?
I think you can put markers at key points, yeah.
So
Okay,
yeah,
good.
we'll give you a
Poor
little instruction on how to avoid the initial BS if you don't like us or whatever your problem is. Nobody had any kind of guarantee this was going to be super awesome. We just said we were going to shoot this thing
That is absolutely. There's
and capture
no
our
script.
Sundays together. That's it.
That's it.
We're friends. We're hanging out anyway, so we're going to make you hang out with us for at least a little while, right?
If they choose to.
They
Torture
choose to.
themselves.
Yeah. Just hit play on the thing.
Yeah.
And you do whatever you're going to do. Nobody's making you do anything.
Which one of those lenses am I supposed to look at?
I have no
the right
idea.
or the left one? Am I supposed to look right in the middle? I don't know. We'll know.
Looks like a little owl looking back at you.
Yes, it does. Going.
Because the way my case is, it's just squared off around that. Yeah.
With a dimple. Like a Marilyn Monroe
Yeah.
birthmark.
Yeah. Or like a gas mask,
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah.
right?
I guess
Yeah, I know you have one, Bill.
Wait, there's
Later,
someone
everybody.
somewhere. I literally do have one. I have a marijuana one too. No, that's right. We can talk about marijuana if we want to. Where the hell that came? Oh, here it is. Wait. I think there's a gas mask in here.
Anyway, bye.